Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and this is a makeup video. As I said in my intro, this is a makeup video. More specifically, today I'm going to be doing a Waterparks inspired makeup look. So today's makeup look is going to be inspired by the new Waterparks music video for Low Key as Hell. So I'm going to go sort of for the primary colors part of the video, as well as the flowers that were the main focus in a lot of the video. First of all, I'm going to be using the Giant Wet n Wild palette that you know I absolutely love because it has so many colors in it. And then I also have my custom ColourPop palette that I'm going to be using for some glittery colors. Alrighty, without further delay, let's get started. I'm going to be working on this side of my face because on this side of my face I have a giant zit. Ew. So we're just going to do this part. Okay, so I'm going to be using Medusa's Makeup Whoopee to do my lips first because I feel like this pink is a little too naked. Okay, now that I have a cherry red lip and my face is a little more washed out, let's add some more color and start with the eyelids. We're going to start with the eyelids. My hooded eyes where it's not going to make much of a difference anyway. So I'm going to use that yellow as my base. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild palette. I'm just going to unfold it and prop it up on my desk and hope it doesn't fall. I'm going to go into the red shade. I like this. I like that it's there. And I'm going to go over my whole lid. You won't be able to see much of it, but I'm going to do the entire lid with the red. So now I'm going to go into the yellow and do just above the hooded eye. But only halfway. And then I'm going to bring that down underneath my eye. And do the same on the other side. I love this Wet n Wild palette because it's just so pigmented. And I'm actually going to go over that yellow with a tiny bit of gold. And this time I'm going to go under my eye with it. And do the exact same thing I did on top, just go halfway over. Because you may have guessed, we're going to do blue on the other half. I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. And I'm going to be using a blue with the shimmer. I'm going to do a bit of a peak and then go under the eye. And now for some red in the middle of that lower lash line. Then I'm taking a tiny brush, going into a pearl color, and doing the inside corner. Just to give it a little bit of a highlight. Alrighty, so now that I have the colors on the brushes, I'm going to go ahead and do some flowers on the side of my face. I'm going to start with the red. I'm going to put a dab of the glitter primer in the middle of the flower. And then I'm going to take my wax pencil and go into my gemstones. I'm going to grab a yellow gemstone, place it right in the middle. Alrighty, now a blue one. Alrighty, now I'm going to repeat the step with the gemstone using the NYX glitter primer. Of course, if you were going to be doing this look yourself, you may want to use lash glue or liquid latex to adhese these. I'm just adhesing them for the time being, so I'm using a primer. And then the last one will be yellow. I'm done with that palette, but I'm going to leave it there because I'm kind of liking the light. But I'm going to switch over to the ColourPop custom palette. So I'm going to switch over and I'm going to be using this yellow. I filled in above the hooded eye with yellow glitter just to give it a bit of a pop in the yellow area. what you just watched me do is I took a silver eyeshadow and then went over the silver with the blue to give it more of a sparkle to contrast that yellow glitter that I just did. And I'm actually going to go back over the red just to deepen it a little bit more because the blue and the yellow are so bright right now. Alrighty, and I don't really like the lipstick that I have, so I'm actually going to go over it with Cherry Pie because it's more of a cherry red color and I feel like it would make it look a little better. There we go. I'm going to take my purple school glue and go over my eyebrows. Then I'm going to take my brush and put some red in my brows. Actually, I'm going to go a little wild with it. I'm going to put all 3 colors in my brows. So red, yellow, and blue. It reminds me of a snow cone and I love it. Now I'm going to try something. If it turns out bad, I'm going to have a lot to do to correct it. But if it turns out good, it'll be cute. Okay, because this look is inspired by Low Key as Hell, I drew a diva on the other cheek just to kind of contrast because it looked like this side was really bare in comparison to this side. So I just did a little thing to sort of nod to the song that this makeup look is inspired by. So then I'm going to use the Mega Length Mascara by Wet n Wild because I love Wet n Wild and I've used Wet n Wild for this entire look, so why not? Alrighty, so now that I have the makeup done, we're going to switch to a voiceover Laura telling you how to do my nails that match the makeup look. So switch to voiceover Laura now. First off, I used the Sally Hansen Jelly Belly color in Berry Blue, and then I used the LA Colors Yellow in the shade Upbeat, and then finally I used the Sheer Color Sweet Cheeks by Sinful Colors. But I realized that they were too sheer and had to go over with this Wet n Wild white underneath all of them except for the blue. For the accent nail, I used this Wet n Wild white that I got at the dollar store for $1, and then I put that same white underneath all the other colors. So what you see here is me with them done over the white, and I'm stamping them with a Maniology stamping plate, and I'm using white stamping polish over some white flowers to give that Low Key as Hell appearance because flowers and all of that. So it's just a bunch of flowers that I'm stamping over top of these nails. And then for my accent nail, I went over this tiny little daisy and I didn't use stamping polish. I used the other colors that I've already used and stamped little daisies all over the white nail. So I created an accent nail and I think it looks really cute. And then my last step was I went over it all with a top coat and then this Sally Hansen diamond color, just a sparkly glitter color. And welcome back! I hope you enjoyed that nail tutorial. I will try to list all of the things that I used down below, especially if those stamping plates are still available because they are very, very cute stamping plates. So I know this was a short, sweet, quick video, but I hope you enjoyed this makeup look because I had a lot of fun doing it. And if you try this or something similar, please tag me on social media when you post it because I'd love to see it. For the comments down below, tell me your favorite Waterparks song, or tell me what your favorite lyric is from Low Key as Hell. And if you don't talk to me about that, talk to me about something in the comments because I just love for you to talk to me down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Bye!